All right, we're live. Welcome to another Not Mainstream. This is the very first one, and it is September 1st of September, 2017. And there's been quite a few interesting things that happened into the news world this week. But first, I just want to say that I just want to give a big shout out and thoughts and prayers goes to the victims, the survivors, the first responders, the rescuers, and everybody that's affiliated with the devastating hurricane that happened this past week. And just want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with you. And Texas strong. Texas strong, baby.
Yeah.
So let's get started with the hurricane. And apparently, this is the biggest devastating storm that's happened in a long time. I think maybe bigger than Hurricane Sandy from last year.
Oh, Sandy wasn't last year, was it?
Was it
No, it was a few years ago, I think.
2015?
Thought it was longer. Okay.
Let's see here.
Well, when Sandy hit, they're not. I mean, I know they're on the coast, but they normally aren't hurricane. Like their structures and aren't hurricane sturdy. It's like places like Florida. When you're on the coast like that, construction normally is a bit more like the
Mm-hmm.
codes and everything are higher than what it would be if you were, say, in not a hurricane area.
Mm-hmm.
When
Actually,
they,
Hurricane Sandy was in 2012.
oh, I told you, I knew it
Wow.
wasn't. I knew it
Wow.
had been a while.
I thought it was just last year.
Uh-uh.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Louisiana
Well,
floods that happened.
well, even that wasn't last year
Okay.
either. That was a few
It
years ago
wasn't?
as well.
Where
I
has the
think, yeah,
time
no,
gone?
I know. I can't even believe it's already September.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that when you said September. It seems like, it was just May and then June and July and
Yeah.
August, and now here it is September already.
Yeah, the years are just flying by so fast.
I was literally planning like the holiday events for work today. It was, trying to come up with what we're gonna do for Halloween and then Thanksgiving, and then we rented out the
Mhm.
hall for our Christmas party, and I'm like, what the hell is
Mhm.
going on?
I know, it just seemed like yesterday was 4th of July.
It really does. I don't remember the time going by as fast as it is right now.
Hmm. I mean, this is like so much stuff going on.
I think that's probably why, is
Hmm.
because of everything that's going on. It just take it keeps our minds busy, so we're not
Hmm.
really focused on time too much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Hurricane Harvey, they said it's one of the most devastating hurricanes in recent history. Apparently, it went up through by Houston, and then it took like a detour and it went through Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia along the Gulf of Mexico. And now they're saying that we are going to get the remnants of Hurricane Harvey, the winds and the rains. So you guys might get some rain and wind as well.
Well, we had some of the outer bands the other day. It wasn't too terrible.
Hmm.
Nothing like, everybody else is seeing. It was just,
Yeah.
I don't know, probably just a couple hours of rain that, was just drifted on over here.
Hmm.
The thing about this storm is how when it hit, I think it hit Rockport, and I think that's the name of the town it hit in Texas.
Yeah.
And I guess there was, a lot of people were giving the Houston mayor, trouble or a hard time over not evacuating or issuing an evacuation order for the city. But
Yeah, from my
I mean,
understanding is that the Houston mayor told him not to evacuate.
Yeah, I think because there's so many people there. I don't think anybody really expected what happened to happen.
Hmm.
Houston wasn't in the direct line. I mean, I know it wasn't very far, but
Hmm.
to evacuate millions of people. I mean, think about where you live at, and
Yeah.
imagine a million people at one time.
Oh
Will
yeah.
travel
The
and
roads would be
at all different
packed.
times.
Yeah.
So when you have time to leave at one time, it's going to be crazy.
Hmm.
And I think the last time, Houston had to evacuate, people were stuck on the highways for hours and hours. And you probably would have had more deaths than anything because the
Hmm.
way that it flooded, all these people that would have been stuck on these, highways over there would have drowned.
Yeah. Yeah, because we saw the damage the flooding did, and the streets were flooded up until the lamp posts and red lights and stop signs, and they're all flooded. I mean, you see boats of people getting rescued, and there's like some horrible stories of people being drowned and not being rescued in time. And then you see these devastating pictures on Twitter and Facebook that's been going around, and we saw that one photo that we share about these senior citizens in this retirement home,
Oh my God, that
just being set
picture.
there, and with no one to save them. And apparently,
Did
someone
you
did.
see how that one lady was sitting there crocheting, or she was doing
Yeah.
something, and
Mhm.
they were acting all chill like nothing, that they
Yeah,
weren't
and
waist
they
high
and they
in
were like
water.
up to their necks in water. But thankfully they got rescued, so that's great on
Yes.
their part, which
Yeah,
is
I
great,
heard
fantastic.
that when that picture went viral,
Hmm.
that they were saying that there was already, relief efforts, to come get them already in the works, because
Hmm.
people flipped out when they saw that photo. And I mean, I
Yeah,
know I did. I was just like, this is awful. I mean,
yeah. I blame
that's like your
the
grandma.
administration of the retirement home for that. They should have evacuated those senior citizens out there as soon as possible.
Yes. And I mean, and pregnant women and
Hmm.
children, because the death count is what I think last I saw it was like 38 or
I haven't
28.
I haven't seen the death count. I know that they're from the last time I saw it was like about 6 or 7,
No,
and they're
it's
still
up.
pulling out bodies. So it went up.
Yeah, I'm gonna see exactly what it was. I think it's either 20, 28, 29, or it may be in the 30s.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, you had told me that there was a police officer that was also killed.
Yeah, he drowned.
Yeah, going to work. I think that happened. That actually happened on Sunday, and they didn't even release the information until what, later this week, Wednesday.
Hmm.
That was crazy. I don't know. I just feel so bad. And now, when you have flooding like that, there's all kinds of
Hmm.
disgusting things in that water. I mean, sewer water,
Hmm.
garbage. I mean, it's like
Yeah, and you get
people are
like
gonna.
toxic oil and chemicals, and there was a chemical spill that happened as well. Thankfully,
Yeah,
I
that
think. Yeah.
explosion wasn't. What was the one that just happened? The explosion
Let me see.
that you were just talking about.
Yeah, there was. I think there was quite a few explosions that happened.
Yeah.
This is a Texas chemical plant, and Crosby, Texas, located 30 miles out of Houston. The flood water
Okay, the death
caused.
toll. I'm sorry, the
Okay.
death toll is at 44.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that is MP.
Hmm.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
And there's probably, I mean, that's just people that they know of right now. How many people were trapped in their homes that they haven't even got to yet. I mean, because family and everything aren't allowed to go back in yet. So who knows what it's going to get to. That's absolutely devastating.
For the plant, back to the plant for a little bit. They said that
Before
the
I cut you
flood.
off.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. The flooding caused the plant to lose power and refrigeration capabilities, thus causing organic peroxide stored in the containers at the facility to become unstable and break down as they are exposed to the hot summer weather. So basically, the flooded area of that part caused the plant to heat up, and then it just exploded. Wow.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what happened. Well, not exactly, but when the earthquake hit in Fukushima,
Fukushima.
wasn't that, yeah, it wasn't the earthquake that, made the explosion. It was the flooding, shutting down the reactors to make it. That's what happens. It's not actually the event, it's the water and the flooding after.
Mm-hmm.
I think they knew that was going to happen, and from what I've seen, they said there was nothing they could do to prevent it.
Oh wow.
I did see where your friend from the Cajun Navy was on the news. That was pretty neat.
Oh, she was. I missed that. Melissa.
Yeah, she was on Fox Business, I believe, is
That
what
is
I
awesome.
saw.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the picture of her on there, but I didn't see the interview itself. But yeah, so basically, if you guys seen my other shows, the Bigfoot shows, Melissa and Rob, the founders of Squatch Unlimited, basically what they do is since I think for the Louisiana floods that happened a while back, they formed the Cajun Navy, and what the Cajun Navy is first responders, rescuers on these natural disasters and flooding areas. So what they did, they went to Texas and help out with that in Texas. You said that she did an interview with Fox Business. I missed that. Hopefully everything went well. And yeah.
Yeah, she seemed pretty excited. I would be excited too if something, I worked really hard on that was, how, what's the word I'm looking for? Beneficial and helpful to, saving people's lives and organizing, to know that you succeeded and you made a difference, to be acknowledged for that. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah. Let's see.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I think if you go to her page, she has the link on there.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
find the
she was
link.
part of the Sasquatch community,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, that's how I met her. She used to run the site Bigfoot Chicks, where her and her friend and Rob, the second girl was, I think, Angela, and they were called the Bigfoot Chicks. And then they decided to do Sasquatch Unlimited, and then that's why we hit it off, so to say.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
So what's with without a natural disaster by the horrible mainstream media, and CNN got their ass handed to them by some black woman. Basically, which was great, fantastic, epic. I love it. She said, basically, she said, "Why the fuck are you here? You put a microphone in my fucking face. We're cold. We're starving. We lost our home and everything." And she just went off on CNN, which I thought was epic.
She was obviously, she just went through a traumatic event and emotional. And they should know better. Why would you do that to somebody? Why would you even, if that was me, I wouldn't have agreed to go on camera to begin with. But I just personally wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Especially not CNN. I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I would be too. I would not go on CNN at all. And then apparently CNN is having some backlash because they may have, and I'm using this strong may have, faked a rescue.
Yeah.
Have you heard this?
I saw it. Yeah.
So basically what they did was apparently they rescued someone from a truck, but people on the internet was like, the guy, the interviewer, had quite enough time to change his clothes. He went from shorts and flip-flops to pants and water boots in a cut. So,
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, but I did see the photos of him doing some kind of quick change.
You need to watch it. You need to watch the whole
All right.
rescue mission. Let's say
Well,
it.
tell us about it. If you watched it, tell us
Okay,
about it.
well, the truck looked like it just came off the car lot.
Mhm.
And the man that was in it just seemed totally, oblivious. People's reactions say a lot about what they're going through. And if you just lost your brand new car and you almost died and you have CNN pulling you out of it, saving your life,
Mhm.
I just think that somebody's reaction would be a little bit different than what he explained. It was just really weird.
Yeah, I mean, I would be thanking the person that's
Questionable.
I would be thanking the person that's saving me and everything. What did he do?
I mean, I would be hyperventilating. I mean, I would be in a panic, like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
what just happened? And then the CNN anchor was like, and you see people, you should not be on the road. And, I don't remember his exact words, but it was just the way he said it. If I was in that situation and somebody was talking like that about something I just did,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would be very nice about it.
Yeah. And that wasn't the only rescue that CNN did. They also rescued some old guy from a house, didn't they?
I didn't see that one.
I think it might have been a different news organization, but there was another on live rescue. So if it wasn't CNN, maybe CNN saw that and say, "Hey, let's fake one and for ourselves, so we can, make ourselves look good for the American people again."
Well, did InfoWars, didn't they save some people as well? Like legit
They
save
might have.
people?
They might have because the InfoWars, I think, was in that area because Alex Jones and them are in that Houston area.
That's where they're stationed.
Yeah.
In Austin, I believe, is where their studio is at, like their home studio.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I mean, I was watching the footage of that Owen guy there, driving around right when it first happened, and there was a down power line, and I was just thinking to myself, I mean, how stupid. I don't know. I just wouldn't be out on the roads
Yeah.
at that point. I mean, even if that's how people die.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah. No matter
crazy.
how low the water looks, don't go through it because it may look low and it's like 50 foot deep.
Well, and yeah, another thing is you don't know, you can't tell what is a road and what isn't.
Yeah.
Like just I think I think we talked about it, but just a few weeks ago we had flash flooding where this lady was trying to leave a parking lot and the whole parking lot was flooded, and what she thought was a road, it was actually the retention pond, and she drove right into the retention pond. I mean, she got out, but it it's just not safe at all. You just never know. I mean, the water has so much force, it will take you and before you even know it.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, it looks like we're solo tonight, a duo.
I don't know what's on. Hopefully Henry is not affected by the hurricane because he's in the Mississippi
Yeah, that
area.
would be. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Because that's like right along the Gulf Coast of Mexico, and that's where
Is
Harvey's at.
he is he close to the Gulf or is he more inland?
I think he might be more inland, but still, if they have like flash flooding and winds and all that, that's
Oh
still
yeah,
pretty dangerous.
I wasn't sure how how close he was.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully everything's okay, and hopefully this new Hurricane Irma doesn't come. Well, I really don't want it to go to Texas. I hope it doesn't go into the Gulf Coast and that even become a possibility. But there were some people making fake or photoshopped diagrams of, the hurricane projection path, and they were making it show where it actually, went straight to Texas. So they had to put out a a disclaimer. I think the National Hurricane Center put it out saying that that's not accurate. Their forecasts only go out 5 days, and they don't really have a projection as to where it's going to hit at this moment. Because I guess people are flipping out over it. People putting up fake stuff saying it's going to hit Texas again, and they're saying that it's going to maybe be like a Category 5 when it hits land, because right now it's still out in the ocean and it's already at a Category 3, and that's not, I mean, for it to be a 3 this early on is a big deal. I mean, that means that the likelihood of it becoming
Yeah, by the time
stronger
it hits,
as it reaches warmer
it might be a
waters.
Category 5.
Yeah. And that, do you understand? I mean, a Category 5 that's bad.
Yeah, it is. Because they said that Harvey might have been a Category 5, but I think the most it went was Category 4.
Yeah, I think I think it went to a 4 and then dropped down to a 3 before it hit land. I don't know. They're so unpredictable. You just never know what's going to happen with them. I mean,
yeah,
you never know.
So we can't talk hurricanes without President Trump. And President Trump went and visited in Corpus Christi, Texas, one of the areas that Hurricane Harvey hit back, I think, Tuesday. And the mainstream media, like the horrible people they are, bitched and moaned and complained about Melania wearing heels. They said that Trump...
That really bothered me.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying that whole, hissy fit that went on and talking about her, it was just ridiculous. And first of all, it was when they were leaving the White House and before they even got there. And when I saw the way she was dressed, I knew that she was going to have to change, but the people just took it and ran with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got people out there, needed of rescue and help, and they focus on her shoes. And then, as soon as she got off the plane, she was in sneakers. So, who cares about her freaking shoes?
Let's just say she didn't change her shoes and she did go in heels. What does it matter? I mean, they're freaking shoes. Who cares? It's her feet.
Yeah.
If she wants to be uncomfortable walking around, that's her decision, and it's nobody else's decision. And it's just ridiculous that even, make a spectacle over shoes.
Yeah, I mean...
But, they do that all the time. It's not like I should be surprised.
Yeah. And then you get the mainstream media giving Trump flack because he went to Corpus Christi instead of Houston, even though Corpus Christi was one of the areas that they hit. Yeah. And plus, if he would have went to Houston, they'd be like, well, he's interfering in all the rescue and all that bullshit nonsense.
I think he's going back tomorrow as well.
He is. He's going back tomorrow and, getting updates, which, I think President Trump did, fantastic for his, first horrible experience in a natural disaster. You had George Bush with Katrina and that horrible mismanagement. And then you had Obama, which, with Hurricane Sandy. And
He
His
went golfing,
mismanagement of
right?
that.
Wasn't he out golfing?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He was
I
like
thought
golfing and
so.
stuff.
It's like we always say, he could cure cancer and they would
Yeah,
still find something to bitch about. It doesn't
exactly.
matter what he does at this
Hmm.
point. And the problem is that the people that are doing this, the group of people is so small. It just happens to be that, they're the mainstream, and so they're going to put it out as if
Yeah,
the whole country feels that way, and that's not the case. The whole country doesn't
exactly.
feel that way at all.
I mean, just for an example, you had a protest in Charlottesville, and it was supposed to be a 24-hour protest. And I think only 200 people show up, and then they left. And then, like in the next day, only 30 people were left. And then I made the comment saying, "Well, this without George Soros's money and them busing people in, they have nothing." I mean, it's such a small majority. It's just like with the Klan and the racism. They take such a small majority, they put gasoline on the fire, trying to make it a big deal.
Yeah, and it is a small majority. It's so
Mhm.
small, but you have the media
But Hillary
that
Clinton
blows
won the
it up,
popular
and
vote.
and
Hillary
yeah,
Clinton
and
won
they
the
run
popular
it
vote.
nonstop all day long,
Hmm.
and it just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, the media's handling of this tragedy was just absolutely horrible. Just horrible. They made it so political. They made it so political.
Yeah, and
If
it
it wasn't
wasn't
if
the
it wasn't
time.
if it wasn't Melania's shoes, it was Trump not doing his best. If it's not Trump doing his best, it's Melania's shoes. I mean, we don't care. And just to go
Cut her
back,
shoes
just
and
to go
threw them
back, yeah,
out.
just to go back on that black woman that ran off on CNN. That's how the most majority of people feel about the mainstream media. They're like, we don't care about you guys anymore. We
Well, they
don't
love it
care.
when there's a disaster because,
Yeah.
they can profit off of people's suffering.
Hmm.
I mean, if they can
Basically,
find a way to
basically,
profit.
basically, natural disasters to the mainstream media is like torture porn. They get off on that.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they do. And it's one reason why, if there's nothing bad happen, they make bad things happen,
Mhm.
either from
Exactly.
their,
The fake narrative, or they
organized.
manufacture it.
Well, when what was it, last weekend, there was that, another thing at Berkeley that went on during the
Hmm.
hurricane. And that was a disaster as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like there's people in our country dying, and then you have these
Hmm.
people up
Yeah.
there acting like jackasses,
Hmm.
animals.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, the thing about Berkeley is that George Soros's son has a lot to do at Berkeley. I don't know if he works there or
He might
how
be a
that.
student because he's pretty young. The guy's pretty young. He's probably around what, my age or maybe a little bit older. His
I would
son.
say, yeah, I mean, he's either mid-20s, late 20s. Well, George Soros, well, he's like a dinosaur. I mean, that man's probably 100 years old. So I don't even know who would want to have a kid with him.
Yeah, I don't know either. He is
Is he married,
according to
George
his Wikipedia.
Soros?
Yeah, he's married.
Is he?
Shockingly, I think he got married 3, 4 times. But his son is either, they said on Wikipedia, 31 or 32.
Okay, then he's my age.
So,
Maybe he
and
went
George
to
Soros
Berkeley.
is 87.
Oh,
George
wow.
Soros is 87, and he
Well, there's a
has,
petition out right now
yeah.
that has 80,000 signatures to make him a
Hmm.
what was it?
He like a domestic terrorist or something like that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he definitely would be that.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, that petition. Let me go look up that petition because
Yeah,
you posted that.
I just posted it. Isn't that awful? I read it and I can't even remember what it said. Oh my goodness.
That's all
That's what
right.
happens when you read like 100 articles in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Is there's just so much information out. It's hard to retain it all and remember unless I'm like, if I looked at it again, then I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, petition to make George Soros a domestic terrorist has 80,000 signatures.
Did you sign it?
I haven't signed it yet. Have you?
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But yeah, so George Soros, he's 87. He had 3 wives. He's got 5 kids.
Does he really?
Yeah. Jonathan
Wow.
is Jonathan Soros and Alexander Soros.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he needs to be. Yeah, they need to lock all of his kids up.
Where is his residence at? I mean, I know that I hear so much about him, and where does he actually reside in? I mean, where at? Germany? Because that's where
I
he's
have no
from,
clue.
right?
He's from Hungary, or Hungary, however you want to pronounce it. But I don't know where he's located at. I heard somewhere he was in New York,
Mm.
but he's probably like Osama bin Laden and hiding in some cave somewhere. You know?
Well, you never see him out.
Yeah, I've
I
never.
mean,
The only time you see him out is at these globalist events. And that's it. I mean, he rarely gives TV interviews.
it's just so weird. I don't know.
He's like,
And how somebody like him could have so much power and influence over events taking place
mhm.
in our country when he's not even from here.
Yeah. I mean,
And he's 90 almost. It's just how people like this can do what they do.
mhm. Yeah. I mean, these people. There's no helping these people.
No, not at all. But Trump did donate 1 million of his own money.
Yeah, I saw that, and the mainstream media, is probably bashing him about that. They're probably saying, "Oh, that's
I
taxpayer
saw
money."
Yeah, I saw on Facebook where they were saying that it wasn't his money, and it's like, well, whose money would it be? I
Yeah,
mean, seriously,
exactly.
the government and the taxpayers' money. Well,
But that's
I mean,
actually going,
not
to
realize that
FEMA and recovery. I mean,
exactly.
so yeah. I mean, they try to paint him as this damn monster, and it's not. He's not a monster. It's not working. The mainstream media just doesn't have it anymore. They don't have the influence of the American people.
No, and it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad to even, but they don't care, and it's the people that work there. I mean, it's not even them so much. I mean, they're making that choice to participate and
Mm-hmm.
all that, but the corporate owners, the big people. They're the ones that tell these people what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they get paid decent money, so they're gonna do what they're told to do
Yeah.
to keep their job.
Yeah, and plus, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these journalists is being blackmailed into doing what they want to do. They got blackmailed. They getting paid really good. They're probably getting false promises made to them, and I think it's going to backfire. I really do. I think it's going to backfire because mainstream media it's at an all-time low. Hardly anybody's watching it. I mean, what's her name? Anna Navarro. She donated to some kind of Representative Menendez. I don't know. I can't remember his first name, but apparently she donated to his campaign and everything. And I absolutely hate Anna Navarro. I cannot stand that woman.
What network does she work for?
You CNN.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about these. Like, I mean, only when you talk about them, or I don't really
Yeah,
know. I kind of try to make it that way. I don't want to know.
exactly.
I just get mad, so I just get angry. So I'd rather not watch it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't watch it either. The only time I watch it if there's like someone discussing it on YouTube or Twitter or anything like that. But I don't sit down and watch mainstream media anymore. It's just like, it feels like what was that movie? I think it was A Clockwork Orange, where the guy is strapped in the chair and his eyes are like, manufacturally open like that, and they like, force him to watch all this crap. That's how I feel like if I have to watch the mainstream media. It's
Yeah,
like
I
you're
mean,
getting tortured.
yeah, I mean, I'll watch Fox, but I just sent you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see the one, the NARAL? They're they're doing a fundraiser to raise money for abortions for the ladies or the girls that were affected by Hurricane Harvey. Well, all the abortion clinics are shut down right now, so they can't go have their abortion. So they're trying to raise money to help these females out so they can go get an abortion somewhere else. And this is like a legit fundraiser. I mean, people are actually donating
Wow.
towards it.
Yeah, that is wow. Wow,
I mean,
that's
I was just blown away. I was like, are you serious? People have
mhm.
lost everything. They're they've lost family members. I mean, there's death. I- And this is what they're raising money for?
Yeah, that's shocking. Wow.
Yeah.
And was it LILIT, the Lilith Fund? Yeah, Lilith Fund. That's the name of the. Wow.
Yeah.
That
Uh,
is.
yeah,
I mean,
Lilith. That's a weird
Lilith
name.
Fund.
Lilith Fund. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, this is the first time I've heard of it. Apparently, they're mainly in Texas.
Hmm. Well, the NARAL is
Yeah, I'm
they're
sure.
they're
I'm
they're
I
a
wouldn't be surprised if it's a Soros group because he donates to all these people,
mm, yeah,
these leftist groups.
I don't know, but I was shocked when I saw that. I mean, I don't agree with it,
Mhm.
but
Out of all of the causes they can donate to, abortion apparently is number one to them. Wow, wow, that's.
yeah. That's I mean, this is the sad reality. I mean, this is
Mhm.
this is the times that we live in
Mhm.
where, raising money for women to go have abortions is a priority for some people. That's something that's terrible.
All right, Henry's not feeling well, so he won't be joining us.
Oh no.
Get better, get better, Henry.
I hope he feels better. That sucks. Oh no.
Don't worry, we're doing great. We're doing fine. Just the two of us.
Yeah,
We're
we're
doing
doing,
good.
we're doing, I think so.
Yeah,
We don't have any viewers tonight.
yeah, I know. We get more viewers after the show is aired.
I know, but doesn't that one lady that helps us out, she
Shannon,
normally watches. Yeah.
I think she tunes in occasionally, on or off.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah.
Maybe, I mean, I know a lot of people aren't feeling well. I think a lot of it has to do with like all the kids going back to school. And I
Hmm.
mean, I have one sick kid right now, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, plus stress and all that.
Yeah.
But let's see
I
here.
mean,
I'm sure.
if it was a rough week for us, I'm sure it was a rough week for a lot of people. I mean,
Oh
just
yeah.
watching, I mean, even if you're not in Texas experiencing what's going on, it's stressful watching it, especially when you know that, you want to go help. It's like
Hmm.
how I feel. It's like I would love to just go help people, but you can't
Hmm.
always. It's not always a possibility when you have a
Yeah.
job and everything that you have to do. And that, I don't know, it's just sad. I sent you the new forecast, or the latest update for that Hurricane Irma. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like it's heading your way.
Yeah, it does.
Hopefully, they'll
Like
make a detour and go up along the shore.
yeah, well, you know, we haven't been hit in so long, and I was thinking the other day, it's like it's been about 13 years since we had a hard hit, and that's kind of long. And so when we do get hit, it's going to be bad. I just
Hmm.
don't want it
They
to be.
said they said it might go to a Category 4 between now and Wednesday.
Hmm. No,
Wow.
I'm not joking. I'm not gonna stay if it's depending on where, if it does hit Florida, like what state, or like what
Come on
area.
up to my place, Amy, and I'll shelter you.
Okay, that's a good trip. I like going on trips.
Just bring some of the stuff that you need, and I'll shelter you.
Sounds like a deal.
All right. The only thing
I
is
gotta
you
bring my dog.
gotta cook for me.
I can do that.
Good, good.
If you do the dishes, I'm not doing the
I might do the
dishes.
dishes. I might do the dishes. I might.
Well, no, that's a deal. If I cook, you have to do the dishes.
We'll use paper plates and paper silverware and plastic
You
spoons and
cannot
forks.
cook in a paper pan unless you want me to start a fire. I don't know how that would go over.
we can nuke it. We can put them in the microwave. That'll be fine.
No way. No. If I'm cooking, I'm doing it correctly, and it does not involve the microwave.
I've got a
I
charcoal grill.
never. I don't use the microwave really because of um. Well, it causes cancer for one. It's like that's what you're doing. You're soaking your food with radio waves. So I
Yeah, the
just
electromagnetic waves.
it really does. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't think people realize how big of a health hazard using the microwave is.
Mhm.
It's pretty bad for you. I just don't like to use it. I try not to anyway. I mean, sometimes I will, but
Yeah,
like
it
if
just
I'm at work
depends.
and I have to heat something up, I'll do it then.
Yeah,
But if
or
I
like
have,
heat up, or like put a cup of water in there and heat it up and make some hot
well, no,
chocolate.
even then I'll put it on the stove. I'll boil
Really?
the water.
Oh, I'm lazy.
You
I,
are lazy.
I know.
Why are you so lazy? You have no reason to be lazy.
I'm young. I'm young.
So
Young and lazy.
you need to stop all that.
Ooh, I hear a train.
Yeah. The same train comes, it's like always at this time on Friday that I don't know, whatever. But yes, if it hits like the southern part of the state, I'll probably stay. I won't, because then by the time it makes it up here, because I'm more northern Florida, I
Mhm.
think I'll be okay. But if it's gonna hit like one of our coasts in central Florida, like Daytona or Clearwater, then I'll probably head out of state.
Mhm. We got a first comment, and this is from Twitter, and they're watching the show. Dash Radish. He said, or she said, I used my oven before the microwave.
Good. She's smart. It really is unhealthy. It really is. I mean, if
Yeah.
you think about it, the time that, I mean, I know if you put a cup of water in the microwave, it may be a minute to get hot, but
Mhm.
if you think of it in a health, health wise, we probably didn't even, most people don't even think about it that way. They just think, it's quick and easy. But
Yeah, I don't really care for the microwave either, because you put a bowl of food in there, and then you take it out. The food bowl is hot, but the inside of it is still freaking cold, and you got to put it back in. It's like, uh,
what kind of food bowl are you microwaving? Like leftovers?
no, I'm talking about just any bowl of food. I'm trying to think, maybe like a TV dinner or something like that. You put a TV dinner in, the outside of it's hot, but the inside it's still
Well,
cold.
you're supposed to puncture the top part, the plastic, so it
I don't
steams it.
puncture I don't puncture the plastic,
Well, that's probably your problem.
because
You're
I
supposed
just
to
take it
use
out of
it.
the box and just put it in. And
No, no. They make directions for a reason.
are you gonna have to come up here and show me how to use a microwave and a
That's
microwave a TV
sad.
dinner?
I'm gonna laugh at you.
Don't laugh. I'm college age, okay?
Whatever.
Oh
I'm
man.
not. I was gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Go
Never
ahead
mind.
and say it.
Okay.
Say it.
No.
Say
No.
it. Say it. Just say
No.
it. I can take it.
Not.
I can
I
take
know
it.
you can. I'm not.
Say it.
Go on. Move on.
Oh, unless you say it, I will.
No way.
What are you gonna say? Text it.
No.
Message it to me. Message it to me on Facebook.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do that.
All right. So, all right. Freaking Trump. Apparently, Trump is going to end DACA. Did he do that? I didn't even see any
No,
news
not
about
yet.
that. Not yet.
He's working on it. I guess he's working on the EO to do it because well, of course, Obama is the one that implemented DACA. So
Yeah.
I think back in 2012 he did that.
And that was 2 executive order.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So I think Trump it's probably going to be sometime next week it will come out, but I think what he's going to do is let the students or
The
whatever that are
people with work
here,
visas
yes,
stay here until they expire. That's what I heard too.
yeah, that's what he's going to do. And then once they expire, they'll have to go back
Mm-hmm.
home where they came from.
Well, here's the thing. There's going to be protests, right? So if I was Trump, I say Homeland Security, direct ICE at these protests, and then round all up the illegals, because the protest, 100% of them is going to be illegal.
Hey, do you have us streaming on Twitter as well?
It's not on Twitter. It's just the link to it is on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I don't
sure.
know how to. Can we stream on Twitter?
No,
Okay.
no, because they use Periscope and I don't think you can. I mean, you probably could, but I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that either.
I
I
don't
can
think
find.
that you can upload a video that we do on here to there.
Mhm. Yeah, I've seen Periscope, and I've seen some people like doing the exact same thing that we're doing, but with Periscope. But I'm not
Mhm.
sure how to get like both of us on there.
Yeah, I saw that where we would be like bilateral, like next to each other type thing. That would be cool if
Yeah,
we could figure that out.
yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'll figure it out. If we figure it out, we'll do it. We can do it.
That would be cool. Um, I was gonna say something and I lost my train of thought.
Was it about DACA?
Oh, yes. I know what I was gonna say. It's not really necessarily about that per se, but I was watching the show. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like Gold Rush. Have you seen that
Oh
show?
yeah, I've seen some of it. Yeah, I
Okay.
know
Well,
exactly
have
what
you
you're talking about.
seen the South American edition yet?
No, I've seen the Alaska edition, but not South American.
Okay. Well, they have on Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
No.
Mm.
Go
Okay. Well,
ahead.
on Hulu they have the South American edition out, And basically it's the same guys from, you know, Alaska, from the Kodiak or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They go on this mission to South America to mine gold. And I think on the first or the second episode, they there's this mining town. It's like the highest town in the whole world. It's so high up, like they only have like 50% oxygen. Anyway, they were doing like excavating where they would they found like a local, and they brought him up there, and they were given a few days to, you know, dig around and find something that maybe they would want to purchase. And they found this one spot, but they weren't the locals. That's what they do, that's how they make their living. So when they saw Americans there, they these people, the guys were pretty nervous. Well, when they went back the next day to go, you know, bring their equipment, they were stopped in the dirt road by like this herd of, you know, locals, and they had guns and all kinds of stuff, and they were not going to let the American people go on their land and dig and get money, you know.
Oh,
And
wow.
it made me think, you know, it's like that's how Americans are treated when we go to other countries to do something. And but everybody from all over the world can come here and do whatever they want, start businesses, and we don't do anything. We don't stop them. You know, we don't anything. We support their business. And it's just the double standard. It's like we're not allowed to go anywhere to do anything like that, but yet people from all over the world come here and we let them. It just made me think of that. I just thought that was ironic, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah, I understand what you mean.
It's like, even if we wanted to go to Mexico, if we were caught there illegally, they would throw us in their Mexican jail.
Oh my
But
God, that'd be
here
horrible.
I mean, here their kids can go to school, they get free lunch, they get, you know, government assistance, they get everything. Oh, I'm gonna have to go inside. Hold on, it's raining pretty loud.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the rain. And I think it's raining here too. It was raining. It is raining.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's coming down pretty hard.
Yeah, you guys are probably getting remnants of Harvey too.
I don't know. I didn't really look at the radar because I didn't have anything planned today. I didn't do anything, so I didn't really care if it rained or not. But yeah, I mean, I know that probably has nothing to do with anything we were talking about, but I just remember the other night, you know, laying in bed thinking about that. I'm just like, what in the hell? How how are we not allowed to go to other countries and go to school and live and open businesses? We're not allowed to do any of that. I mean, everybody frowns upon us as like we're the bad person, but yet when we have a president that's trying to put the people first so that our people have a chance of doing something productive and making their lives better, you know, the media makes it out to be that he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because and that's going to start when this comes out next week. You know, when he does sign the order to end it, he's going to be the bad guy, that we're, you know, he's ruining, you know, all these poor innocent, you know, college kids' dreams because he's not letting them continue to stay here.
Here's the thing, though. The media can, you know, bring this up as, oh, he's ruining these kids' dreams, and I'm like, okay, first off, the kids are not forced to stay here. If their parents get deported, they can, you know, move along with the parents. Well, they can, you know, go along with the parents. They're not forced to stay here. We're not forcing anybody to stay here. If your parents get deported and you're sad to see them go, why not just go with them? Because you're not forced to stay here.
And you know, America is such a terrible country. It's like, why would they want to stay here anyway?
And then not only that, you know, Canada is having immigrant issues now. because of all these illegals that's coming across the Canadian border, and now they're being overrun by illegals.
It's just, it doesn't seem fair to me at all. I just don't see why we're expected to do all of this, but we don't get the same treatment in return.
Yeah.
But so just guarantee next week that that's going to be the, talking point for a couple days until the next thing comes out.
Yeah.
But, one thing, going back to the hurricane, did you see where the Navy sent a destroyer ship to the coast? I mean, I thought that was really odd.
Yeah, that was weird.
Why did that happen? I still don't understand, because even, let's just say, we have the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard would be the ones to protect the water. Why would the Navy go there? I just don't understand. And then, there's not a lot of talk about it either. So
Are they using that ship to rescue people, or are they just there?
Well, you can't put the ship in the city. I mean, the ship has to stay, docked. What are you going to do with it? I mean, I have no idea, to be honest. I just thought it was really strange. I've never seen anything like that before, so I just didn't. And there's nothing really out about it either, so I didn't know if maybe you knew more about it than I did.
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't really read too much into it.
Well, there's not much information out about it either, so I looked for some. I couldn't find any. It was very basic and vague, so couldn't find much on it.
So Trump, another Rican Trump, announces tax reform plan. You didn't see that?
Not. I mean, I know that he did a speech the other day in was it Missouri? But no, I didn't really look into it, to be honest. But you can tell me all about it.
Putting me on the spot. That's why I asked you, because I didn't really read too much about it either.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Well, I'm bad. I put you on the spot, and you put me on the spot. The border wall prototype has been contracts has been rewarded to 4 companies. So 4 companies has been selected to build a prototype border wall. And I'll read the companies off to you guys, if I can get it to load. Let's see here.
I want some lasagna.
You gonna put it in the microwave?
No, I want to make some.
You gonna make some?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Probably tomorrow.
The winners of the concrete design contract is Cattle Construction from Montgomery, Alabama, Fisher Sand and Gravel Company in Temple, Arizona, Texas Sterling Construction Company in Houston, and W.G. Yates and Sons Construction Company in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Those are kind of far apart from each other.
Does that mean like is there a town called Philadelphia in Mississippi?
Maybe.
Well, let's Google it up. Google. I've never even heard of that.
Me either. When are they supposed to do construction?
They're going to do a prototype, I think, this fall. Philadelphia is a city in Neshoba County, Mississippi. Wow. I learned something new today. There's a Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Oh. You learn something new every day.
This is what the show's about. You know, we teach you guys. We teach the people that's watching. Exactly. I think they said they're going to start construction in San Diego. Test building will take place this fall in San Diego. setting up for a full round of wall building for next year if Mr. Trump can get Congress to appropriate the money. Yep.
I saw where they found some type of tunnel system. I mean, I know there's a lot of tunnels, but that was one thing that, I thought about is, even if the wall goes up, how are we going to stop the tunnels?
They can, the tunnels that's already there, they can just pour concrete down those and, block them off. But I don't know how about, make new tunnels unless they have like a special device that can look underground and see if anybody's digging any tunnels or anything.
We should already have that type of technology, right?
We should. I would like to think we do.
I think we do. If we can take a space shuttle to outer space,
Yep.
we should be able to have some type of ultrasound system for the ground.
Mm-hmm. There's a report going around that says President Trump still continues to call Steve Bannon behind closed doors. I think that's fantastic. So yeah, I read that article and they said that when John Kelly, the chief of staff, is not around that much, Trump calls up Steve Bannon and gets his input, which I think is fantastic because we know that Steve Bannon and Trump are the up and up on his "Make America Great Again" agenda, and Steve is fighting for his agenda on the outside, which is great, fan-freaking-tastic.
I saw where General Kelly listens to all of Trump's phone calls as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Well, I've been hearing some stuff that Kelly's been withholding information from Trump, making sure he doesn't see any alternative media sites like Breitbart, InfoWars, or anything like that. It's got to the point. Yeah.
How can he stop that?
Yeah, I mean, every time someone has information to give to Trump, it has to go through Kelly first, and then once it goes through Kelly, then that's when it goes to Trump. And apparently Kelly has been withholding some information from Trump from some of those websites. And
yeah, but
I think Trump is still getting his information through Hannity. And Trump's still got his cell phone with him, so all he's got to do is look up, InfoWars.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he still can access the information.
Yeah.
I would think. But I don't even think it's Trump that necessarily does all the tweeting on Twitter either. I think that I don't know.
According to Trump himself, he says that he usually does it himself or he dictates it to someone and they do it for him. And he said around 7 o'clock or past 7, it's usually him tweeting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Especially if it's those late night Twitter storms he does, which I think is just epic because in the morning they have to cover it. It's usually him.
Yeah.
All right, so this came out this past week. The FBI denied details for release of the Clinton email probe because there was no interest. Apparently there was no interest. The FBI say, even though we have millions of people chanting "lock her up" at Trump rallies and asking where her emails are, there's no interest. Nobody wants to see them. That's a lie. But
yeah.
according to the Washington Times, a judge orders feds to release details of the Clinton email probe after FBI refused request. A federal judge ordered the FBI on Thursday to disclose more details about how it handled its investigation into Hillary Clinton's secret email account. U.S. District Judge James E. Brosberg said court papers describing the grand jury subpoenas the FBI obtained to compel information from the Clintons' internet service providers can be made public. In doing so, he overruled objections by the Trump administration that had insisted making the information public, which would violate grand jury secrecy rules. And this is what the judge said. After reviewing the document in camera, the court concludes that it largely rehashes information already made public, thus alleviating any need for secrecy. Two groups, Judicial Watch and Cause of Action Institute, have been prodding the government for more information about the Clinton emails, and they cheered the judge's ruling as a victory for transparency. The order makes public details submitted by the government about the FBI's efforts to recover then Secretary Clinton's unlawfully removed emails. Americans deserve to know the full scope of the investigation, said COA President John J. Vacahone. Anyway, yeah, so the judge.
Where do these people get their names from?
I have no clue. Vecchione. Vecchone. Jeez. President John J., whoever that is. Anyway, so the FBI is ordered by that judge to release the emails. And there was some rumors going around the internet that Comey had already drawn up the, basically cleared Hillary Clinton before he did his whole press conference.
Yeah.
You saw that? You saw that? Yeah.
But couldn't the new FBI director reopen it and start fresh?
Jeff Sessions could. Maybe Jeff Sessions could if he wanted to, reopen the investigation. It just depends.
I feel like at this point, nothing's ever going to happen. Like,
yeah, I mean, I understand it takes time and everything, but, at least start on it so we can have some progress.
Honestly, Shane, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I really don't. I just don't.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to where
I hope it does, but I don't see it either. Hopefully we're wrong.
It's just, I think that there's just more corruption to it than just her, and it would literally bring down the whole government.
To be honest with you, yeah, it will bring down the entire government.
And I just don't think that, when he was campaigning, you don't really know the things that once you take office and you find out, it probably changed everything. And you kind of, and I'm not mad, or I won't be mad or upset that he doesn't pursue it. I mean, disappointed, but I wouldn't like make that a deciding factor.
Yeah.
Because I know that, things change and it's not always his fault. People will make it out to be his fault.
It's easier said than done.
Well, it's kind of like how Obama wanted to shut down Gitmo. I mean, he really probably wanted to do it, but the president only has so much power. I mean, they can't just do whatever they want. I mean, if that was the case, we wouldn't need Congress and everything else. Everything is put into place and there's rules you have to follow. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where all this goes. But, that's all we have to do is see where it goes.
Yeah.
Anything else happened this week? I think Hurricane Harvey overshadowed this week.
North Korea did shoot,
Oh yes, I saw that. I remember that North Korea shot at the tip of Japan.
Yeah, it went over one of their northern islands. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 missiles, and I think 2 of them blew up, and then 1 of them missed the target.
But still, I mean, and the fact that he really didn't say much about it is suspicious to me. I mean, there wasn't very much coverage on it. I mean, I know that Hurricane Harvey has a lot to do with that, but
Hmm.
there wasn't a lot of coverage about it at all.
Yeah.
And just what, 2 weeks ago, that's all we had. That's what everybody
Hmm.
was playing on, North Korea, and then it just went dead silent. And then when they do this, there's nothing.
Hmm. It seems like it's a distraction. They use this as distractions from other taboo subjects that they don't
Well,
want the
yeah,
media
they're
to, that
always
they
like
don't want
that.
the people to know.
Hmm. I think that we're something's gonna come about it. I mean, I've been thinking that for a while, but just Trump's silence on the matter is kind of
Mhm.
disturbing a little bit.
Well, he said that if anything happens, he's not going to tell anybody.
Right, that's what I'm
So,
saying. So
so
with him
he could
being
be
quiet,
he could be launching the nukes right now, and nobody would know about it until it's said and done.
I don't think he's going to nuke. I think
He's
they'll do
talking
some
tough
type.
now. He has to talk tough to make himself look big. But I don't see him nuking North Korea unless North Korea actually hits us.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to nuke. I think that maybe there will be some type of regime change.
Hmm.
I mean, he may drop some bombs. To nuke it affects everybody. I just can't see him doing that unless
Hmm.
there was no. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see. I just don't like the feeling of waking up. It's like every time I wake up, it's like I look at the news to make sure we haven't bombed anybody. And
Hmm.
I wish I wish that wasn't the place in the world that we're at right now, or somebody didn't try to attack us.
Hmm.
And I don't like that. I wish that everybody could just get along and
Yeah.
mind their own business and do the right thing. But I guess that's too hard to do.
Hmm.
But I don't think there's anything else going on.
Well, there was a big fight that happened last Saturday. McGregor Mayweather.
Hmm.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. I didn't watch it Saturday night. I watched it Sunday, but yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it. And
You're
I thought
supposed to send me the link, and you forgot.
I didn't forget. I didn't find the link to it.
Well, how did you watch it?
Legally, the legal link, legally, because UFC apparently has some issues with their website, so I had to go to the sports bar, legally sports bar, and watch it there.
You actually went out?
Yeah, I did.
You said you weren't doing that.
Well, that was before UFC screwed me over with their link and their web thing, and it went down. So you know what? I went to the sports bar and the local sports bar and watched it.
Did you have fun?
I had fun. I would have invited you, Amy, but it would have been kind of late.
Yeah,
You
it
probably
takes me
missed it.
hours to get
Yeah.
there.
Lee, I watched legally. I'm
That's
not a,
good.
but
Well, Xander or he wanted to watch it really, really bad, and we
did you
found
get a
a
chance?
couple. Yeah, I found it in Russian.
Well, Amy's got some Russian influence. Amy, I don't have any Russian ties to Amy or anything of that nature. Like I said, I went to a sports bar to watch it. I didn't do any Russian stuff to it. So
Okay.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent in all this.
Well, anyway, yeah, we watched it, but he wanted to watch it, when it came on, and he found like two links, but they kept being shut down.
Yeah.
So anyway, was Sunday I did some searching and I found one. So
Yeah. People they pump that up on YouTube as soon as it gets done.
I think it was a really crappy quality, but you got the point.
Yeah. So the big fight And Shane Shadamas is wrong. He was completely wrong. Although I was right, it was a technical knockout. I said there would be a KO. It was a TKO, but by the wrong person, and it wasn't within 5 rounds like I predicted it. But Shane Stenabis is never going to end. It's just I've been wrong once as Shane Stenabis. So we'll see how Shane Stenabis fares at the Super Bowl again, because I got that right. I said it was going to be overtime. It was overtime, and it was a tie. It was a tie, then overtime. I said that like 30 minutes before it all happened.
I'm not into football, so I don't really care about.
That's the only time I watch football is the Super Bowl. And I didn't even care about boxing, but the whole thing was hyped up so damn much. You know, I just wanted to check it out. And you know, Conor McGregor was TKO'd by Floyd Mayweather, which I kind of think I have a suspicion that was rigged, because that was supposed to be Floyd's last match, and he went 50-0. You know, so that seems to me to be on the rigged side.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe he really did win.
Well, he did win, but
I mean, without being rigged.
I don't know.
But it's pretty sad that everything we have to question if it's rigged, because nothing's legitimate anymore.
Nothing's exactly. So what did your son think of it? Do you like it?
Well, he wanted McGregor. He was bummed that Mayweather did. He was just
Well,
like,
according to some of the rumors on the internet, that Floyd Mayweather might be a Trump supporter.
Well, I think he is, but it doesn't make the difference that we didn't want him to win.
Yeah.
Can't like every Trump supporter. There's tons of Trump supporters. Doesn't mean we have to like them all.
Yeah. True. I got to give some credit to Floyd Mayweather, even though I don't like him that much. I respect his political decision to support Trump. That's as far as I go. But just now, President Trump sends lawmakers request for $7.9 billion for initial Harvey recovery efforts.
How much?
$7.9 billion.
Wow. Do we even have that much money?
I would like to think we do. I would like to think we do.
Do you have any Bitcoin or anything?
Oh God, no! I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Do you?
No.
Well, I heard that Bitcoin is going up.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't really. I'm not really familiar. I've heard of Bitcoin, and I'm not really familiar with all the technical aspects and what it is and what it does.
No, I don't know either. But I mean, it kind of freaks me out, to be honest. I just don't like that idea of virtual money.
Yeah, because anything can happen to that.
Well, it kind of, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but you know, a little bit it goes into like the mark of the beast. I mean, if you look at it, you know, biblically.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, in the way that everything's going with technology, you know, if in 10 years from now, if they do away with the dollar, what are you going to do? What are we going to do if they're successful at, you know, a one world currency? That seems like that's what it would be.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin could possibly be the open door to that whole one world currency, a virtual currency that's controlled and manipulated by these, you know, bankers and everything.
I mean, I know that at some point the dollar is going to crash or fall. I just don't know if it's going to be anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't see it anytime soon. it just depends on how Trump does within his first 4 years, and see if they try to make him look bad and to crash the stock market or crash the economy or crash the dollar, and say, hey, this is what Trump did, and make him look like the person that did all that.
Yeah, but it's not really going to be his fault, and we all know that.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that's taken place, it has been a long time coming. You just don't step into office and then all of a sudden everything crashes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your fault, but it's going to be made out to be his fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they'll do anything to make him look bad.
Yeah. See what happens, I guess, but
Yeah.
I'm not really all that excited about this digital currency.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I think that's pretty much it that happened this week.
Yeah, I think
Any local news in
so.
your way, in your area?
Loud. Let me see. Oh, there was a big drug bust.
I was sharing that with us. Let me guess, meth. It's meth, isn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was marijuana.
It wasn't? Wow.
Yeah, it was the Shores, which is like kind of close by. It's just like it's not its own separate town. It's just kind of like a section.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know why they call it the Shores, but they do. Anyway, it's not very far from here. It's only like 5 minutes. But it was on the Ocala Star Banner, and I guess apparently that it was some type of big bust where they seized marijuana, guns, and cash.
Wow.
Yeah. Um.
How many people were
That's all they
busted?
had out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, since you brought up the topic of marijuana, what do you think about marijuana? Should it be legalized?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
Yeah.
I don't smoke marijuana at all, but I think they should just legalize it because I mean, if you take a look back in history, I mean, go ahead.
I don't think it. I think that. Gosh. Okay. So medical marijuana. That's what we have in Florida right now. We don't have recreational use. What's going to happen is it's going to become pharmaceuticalized. I mean, that's basically what it is when you have medical marijuana. The marijuana is, cultivated by,
Big Pharma.
not yet, but what? Oh, so like say you have like a cultivator. Once it has to meet like certain regulations. It has to be shipped to like the state, and then the state has to test it, and it can't be this and it can't be that, and it can't be like hydroponic. It's weird the way they have a lot of regulations on it. But if the pharmaceutical comes in and messes with it, which is probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's
like
exactly what I was thinking. I was going to bring up that point. If Big Pharma ever, get their hands on medical marijuana, can you imagine all the chemicals and all the nonsense and bullshit that they're going to, inject it with or whatever?
Yeah, and it's going to be just that's the point. They don't want people to have a healthy alternative to. I mean, because most people look at it as a drug, a recreational drug, just to get high off of, but that's not really always the case. I mean, it can do so much more.
And plus, you can make, rope and paper and all kinds of products like that out of it.
But they don't want people to have any other alternatives other than the ones they provide for you. And that's why
I just thought of something real quick. You know how it's funny, these tree huggers are all like, we need to save the trees. We can't cut all these trees down. and to make paper and everything. But then you have this alternative as marijuana, which is illegal, that you can't, and you can make all these other, rope products and all that and do that. I mean, is the marijuana cutting in on the tree industry now?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's like, it depends on how you use it. I mean, if you're just like a pothead that just, sits home and does nothing but smoke pot, I mean, it's just like anything else. It can be abused, but if you use it for the right purposes, or, it does so much more, and it's no better, I mean, than going and getting a script for Oxycontin, or, taking all these, radiation drug treatments for cancer. I mean, the only reason I feel that it's illegal is because it cuts into the pharmaceutical business. Because if people are able to legally and openly, treat themselves the way that they want to be treated without having the fear of being arrested or failing a drug test or whatnot, I feel like more people would go that route. And then that means that loss of money for the big pharmaceutical companies. So I feel that's a big reason why it's illegal still. But and if it does become, I can guarantee you that it will become pharmaceuticalized, and then
Absolutely.
would be no point to even use it. You would better just go find it from somebody else.
Yeah, that's my main concern, is that once it does officially, or ever when it becomes legally do it medicinally and medically, big pharma will get their hands on it and screw something up and add chemicals and all that nonsense into the marijuana.
Well, and there was just a study that came out where marijuana actually helped people recover from opiate abuse. I mean, it's just amazing the amount of things that it can help with. And
like I said, I don't smoke pot at all, but I like to see it legalized, because there's some positive effects for that.
I mean, you have alcohol. I mean, alcohol is legal.
Yeah, smoking
Look
cigarettes.
people,
Cigarettes, they cause cancer, and that's legal.
yeah, and I feel like alcoholism is I mean, I know people talk about the opiate abuse, but if people started talking about the alcohol abuse outweighs your opiate abuse, how many people die from alcohol abuse and cirrhosis of the liver? And it's it breaks it breaks people apart. I mean, I feel that that's a major issue in America, is alcohol abuse. And I haven't met anybody that died from marijuana. I don't know. But back
I mean,
to,
on marijuana yet.
I mean, I support it. I do. Like I said, it's all about the person and how, I mean, I have no problem with somebody that is a productive human being that goes to work and, does what they're supposed to do. And if that's how they choose to relax or whatever, then that's fine. I mean, they're allowed to do, I feel like they should have that choice. So I don't think that choice should be taken from them.
Absolutely.
There was, oh yeah, I did. During the beginning of the week, there was two bodies found in a car, dead, shot, by in a Dollar General that's close by.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, when it first came out, I was thinking murder suicide, or I didn't really think overdose, because I don't know, I just thought murder suicide. But it turned out that it was a lady and her boyfriend and the ex-husband shot them and killed them. And then he drove down to downtown Ocala to the Burger King and then the police came and then he shot himself.
Oh wow. Oh
And
my
she had
God.
she had like 5 kids. She was young. She was like 27. Yep.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty sad. So that happened. I'm looking on if anything else happened that I missed. Oh, here's one. It says federal corrections officer turned drug dealer.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, and then I did see where I don't know what state it was in, but not police officers, mailmen were accused of delivering drugs, like by the United States Postal Service. I gotta see where that was. I can't remember what state that was in. Yeah, I guess they took bribes to deliver drugs via the mail truck. So that's going to be a pretty hefty fine or prison time.
That's wow. Wow. Before I get to my local news, the VMAs, MTV VMAs happened this week. Did you watch?
No.
Yeah, I didn't watch either. That's our report from the VMAs. We didn't watch. We didn't watch. I didn't care about the VMAs.
I did see a clip of Pink. I guess she stupid cat is about to break my vase. Oh my God. She did this kind of really awesome speech thing for her daughter, which was really sweet. I liked it. That's the only thing I saw because it was like viral and trending. So I've always liked her. So I watched it and it was really sweet, but that was the only thing.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I did see that they did get political, and they had anti-Trump stuff everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, the VMAs is just the cult for the Hollywood.
They're so stupid. I mean, I don't know. They're so disgusting. I can't even watch it.
Yeah, but my local news, methanol plant to break ground in West Virginia. U.S. Methanol says it plans to break ground on a West Virginia methanol production facility outside of Charleston on Wednesday. According to its company, its Liberty One plant is scheduled to begin production in the second half of 2018 at Institute. It is expected to produce 200,000 metric tons, 1.10 short tons, annually of methanol and create about 50 permanent jobs. Chief Executive Frank Baker says they will provide methanol as feedstock for the chemical industry in the Mid-Atlantic and northeastern states. The company is relocating the facility from Brazil. So I guess Trump has something to do with that because he said jobs would be coming back to America, and this company right here is relocating the facility from Brazil, and it's saying it's chose West Virginia for its proximity to customers and the region's reserves of natural gas is used to make it. The West Virginia Economic Development Authority in May approved a $10 million loan for the project. Now, I'm not really sure what methanol is. Is that gas? Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Is that gas?
Yeah. Some type of gas. I don't know. Look it up. Because I really don't know what that is.
Yeah. Methanol, this is from Wikipedia, also known as methyl alcohol, among others, is a chemical with the formula CH3OH, often abbreviated MEOH. Methanol acquired the name wood alcohol because it was once produced chiefly as a byproduct of the destructive distillation of wood. Today, industrial methanol is produced in a catalytic process directly from carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen. what is it used for? It's got to be a gas.
You know what? That, I mean, sounds pretty serious.
Ethanol is similar to ethanol. However, unlike ethanol, methanol is highly toxic and unfit for consumption. Oh,
So
okay. Freeze solvent, fuel, and for ethanol. So yeah, it's a gas for antifreeze and stuff like that.
Oh, well,
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to work in.
I've heard of methanol, but I wasn't known with methanol, but I didn't know exactly what it was used for. Interesting. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty much it this week. Sad thoughts and prayers go out to the victims, the families, the survivors, the first responders, the police, all that was affected by Hurricane Harvey. Hopefully, and hope and pray that Hurricane Irma doesn't hit. Doesn't hit. Hopefully, it won't hit, but yeah, I would be hoping and praying that it won't. Tomorrow night, Sasquatch Theater, but that got pushed back a week, so it's going to be next Saturday.
Okay.
We are still going to do what? Oh, Henry won't be. Henry wasn't able to make it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This taping as of right now, Real or Not Real will be on the 6th. That'll be next Wednesday, the 6th at 9 o'clock. Hopefully, Henry will be feeling a little bit better and he can join us in on that end. Hopefully, have some more people, and we're going to discuss some videos, some pictures, and stuff about Bigfoot and Sasquatch and monster and any other info or paranormal video. And then next Friday, the 8th, is going to be another not mainstream, man. We'll see what happens between now and next week, and hopefully we'll have this week and not any horrific things that happen. That's going to end it tonight. Any last comments, Amy?
No, I'm good.
Have you finished Better Call Saul?
No, I didn't. I haven't watched it at all.
Do I have to break out Lucille again?
No, you're good. I'm going to. I was just really busy this week, honestly. I'll watch it. All right, I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
In October, next month, I think, when's Walking Dead returning? The 22nd of October?
Yes, yeah.
Yep, so the Webcasting Dead is going to premiere Saturday, the 28th of October, and you're going to be a new panelist on that, and I hope you enjoy your will.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
because then that other show I like, Stranger Things, comes back on the 31st.
Oh yeah, they're going to all the episodes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Going to be 13 again.
I don't know. I haven't looked to see how many episodes. Hopefully more than 13.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20. That would be nice.
It's not going to be 20.
No, Netflix never that many on an original. They never do that many shows.
Well, way back in the day, I mean, there used to be, TV shows with like 20 episodes a season. Now it's just, either 10 or 13.
And they're all full of, well, not Netflix, but the ones on TV all have stupid commercials in there. Yeah. It's like more commercials. I hate that.
Yeah. But yeah, Halloween is coming up around the corner. I'm excited.
Me too.
Have you decided what you're going to be?
I did.
And what is it?
I'm not telling
You already
you.
told me, so.
No, I know I'm doing something different.
Oh, you changed your mind?
Yes.
Is no, you should be Melania. Just,
I wouldn't make a very good one.
can you do her accent?
No. I'm not good at those accents. I'm not good. I
I
can't
think
do
you'd be
Russian.
great as Melania.
No, okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so me and my friend,
Yes.
we're gonna be 80s workout girls. Yes,
Like,
it's gonna be really awesome. Yeah.
do you want me to come down there?
You're breaking up. What did you say?
I said, do you want me to come down there?
You broke up again.
Do you want me to come down there and be Richard Simmons?
Yes. Yes. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome.
Okay, everybody, let's work out.
Well, okay,
I can't do Richard Simmons.
we have to do at work, like every hour.
Costume contest?
We do workout, or like we work out at work. Like we do exercises every hour. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we, me and her were like, we were doing it yesterday, and I just had this like amazing idea. I was like, oh my God, Amanda, this is what we're going to do for Halloween. I was like, we're going to be fucking 80s workout chicks. And she's like, oh my God, that is so awesome. I was like, it's just perfect. We're going to be awesome.
Are you going to do the big hair?
Yes, I'm going to do big hair. I'm going to get them, Reebok sneakers, and I'm going to wear stockings and a leotard.
Are you going to do leg warmers?
What?
Leg warmers.
Yeah, I may.
Warmers.
With the things coming up, and I'm going to scrunch them down. I'm so rocking that shit out.
Now, how are you going to do the big hair? Are you going to do a wig, or is it going to be your hair?
No, I'm going to do my own hair. Yeah.
From what I can tell, your hair is not that long. You can stick your hair out, make it big.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm going to get some sponge curlers and like put my hair, like curl it, so then when I take it down, I'll be able to puff it up pretty easy.
Mm.
Yo, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see the photos of that.
Oh, you're going to love it. It's going to be super cool.
No.
I'm
yeah.
Yes.
I cannot. That's going to be great.
I think we're going to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to do that too. So I'll have to get dressed up twice, but we're going to go dressed up.
Oh,
it's going to be so fun. I'm so excited.
You guys need to do like a workout video. I
am. We're going to.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Oh man, my costume is going to be epic.
You're going to love it.
Oh, I bet I will. I bet I will.
Yes, I think you will. It's going to be really cool.
Man, I cannot wait for Halloween. 59 days. I love Halloween so freaking much.
Yeah, I love Halloween.
I think I might put on my Halloween decorations in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. I wait till October 1st.
Why wait till October? Then you only have 31 days to enjoy them. Then you got to take them down and then put up Christmas.
Okay, well, the thing is that it's like 100 degrees still. It's kind of like, oh.
I am freezing.
It's raining really bad.
It is. Yeah, it's raining here too. But, yep, I'm going to enjoy your costume. I think that's going to be a great costume. Mine's going to be a little bit better, though. Mine's gonna be a little bit
We're
better.
not telling anybody, so hopefully secret. So
You just told, this is live, and this is going to be broadcast throughout the nation, and probably some parts of Mexico and Africa and Germany and Russia and France. So everybody knows.
Okay, as long as nobody at work knows, I'm good.
Does anybody at work know that you do this?
No. No.
Oh, do you want me to tell you a story? I'll tell you the story. So you remember, this is a story real quick. You remember when I did Shane Week?
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as I done the first Shane Week, the next morning, Shane Week, they saw Shane Week.
You're breaking up again.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was doing Shane Week, everybody at work knew about it. Everybody at work.
No way.
As soon as I went in the next day, there was poking fun at it and say, "Hey, it's Shane Week," and everybody knew about it.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, you didn't really say anything inappropriate.
But they don't know about this yet. Hopefully they won't.
How did they not know about it?
Watched it. They one of the coworkers went on Facebook and they saw that I was live on Facebook, and she got all excited, and so she was like, "Hey, Shane's live. Shane's doing a Facebook Live," and they everybody went to her office and watched it.
Oh wow! No, I don't tell anybody because, well, my one friend knows, but yeah, I mean, she don't. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I don't try to advertise my politicalness at work.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like, every time I do Facebook posts, I'm really, really mild, but freaking extreme.
That's private either. Your stuff is like open. Anybody can go to your page and look at your stuff.
Yeah. You see what I do is that I make it open for a little bit, and then what I do is I go onto Facebook, and there's a thing on there that you can click to private all previous posts. And I do that once in a while. Yeah.
I have all mine private. I don't know. I don't like weird people. Like, I don't know. I just keep my Facebook private.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, there's some creeps out there.
Want all my stuff.
There's some creeps out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I think to attract creepiness, so I have to like block my stuff from certain people. I have a lot of people blocked.
All right, we got the dog barking, so I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, it was thundering, so yeah, you don't like the thunder.
All right, so yeah, again next week, another Not Mainstream. Sasquatch Theater will be the 9th next Saturday. Real or Not Real is going to be on the 6th, and then in October 28th is the return. The premiere / return of The Webcasting Dead. And Amy, you're going to have so much fun on that. I cannot explain to you how much fun it is to discuss The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want, you can go back and watch some of the Breaking Bad casts that I've done in the previous past on the Breaking Bad cast YouTube that I do. Okay. And you can just, watch it and get the feel of what we do and discuss and, be prepared. But other than that, I think we're going to go wrap it up. So tune in next week, same time, same place, same channel. Good night, everybody. God bless America, and God bless President Donald J. Trump.